This is probably going to be a short review. And the reason why is because I didn't find anything interesting about this episode. I'm going to be totally honest. There was nothing remotely interesting about anything that was going on today. Um, so anyway, Kiki and Griffin, I can care less if they become a couple. Honestly, where's my bottle? And I'm being totally honest. I could care less if they become a couple. I just have to be real about it. Um, them as a couple is like watching paint dry. I have to be honest. It's like watching paint dry with them. There's nothing interesting. It's like Kiki. I feel like a big part of her is doing this to get back at Ava. I do think she likes Griffin, but I think another part of her is doing this to get even with Ava. Also, Griffin at least is trying to get to know Kiki. He doesn't want their relationship to be all about sex and stuff like that. He wants it to be strictly, us getting to know each other and seeing where this relationship can go. Um, but I don't really care for it though. It's like I don't see any spark between them. Do they have some chemistry? Sure. They have a little chemistry. It's not like it's off the charts or anything. Like it's not nothing to say wow at. You know what I mean? Like it's not. Um so basically the drama is gonna come when Ava sees them together and finds out that they're officially a couple. Kiki don't give a fuck what Ava got to say or what she thinks. I can understand that. I mean, the both of them have had a tumultuous relationship the last few years, so I can definitely understand that Kiki is at a point right now where she don't care what Ava thinks. She really doesn't give a fuck. Um, Ava is out for blood at this point, so when she see the two of them together, ain't no telling what she gonna do. Ain't no telling. Um, this whole Oscar situation. Let me say, I get where Oscar is coming from. I do. I get it. Why he broke up with Jocelyn, why he just doesn't want to try, why he doesn't want to go to school. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I totally get it. But I feel like it was the coward's way out by not telling Jocelyn why he broke up with her, by not explaining the cancer and all that. Like, it's the coward's way out. And I feel like he can do so much better than that. So basically, he told Cameron he wants Jocelyn to hate him so that way she could just move on easily. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't want Jocelyn taking care of him and stuff. And there's nothing wrong with somebody taking care of you. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Jocelyn, let me tell you something. Oscar stood by Jocelyn when her mother was in Ferncliff. She was being a total bitch to him, and he still stuck by her through all of it. So it's her turn to stick by him, but he won't allow her to do so, which I think is kind of dumb. I mean, I understand, but it's like a coward's way out. Like, if you really want to break up with her, give her the facts, like give her the reasons. Right now she's blaming herself for it, and that's not the case, and it's not fair for her to have to blame herself for something that's not her fault, or something that she didn't even do. So he owe her that much. I mean, if you still want to be done with it or whatever, that's fine, but at least explain to her why. You know what I'm saying? Just give her that. She's owed that. And I do respect the fact that Jocelyn is not taking this lying down. She's gonna fight for her relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say I blame her. Because she know Oscar and she know that this whole breaking up with her shit came out of left field, and she doesn't understand why. So she's gonna fight like hell for that relationship. I don't blame her. Fight for what you want. Oscar really needs to think back to what Jason told him. Jocelyn could be with any boy she wants. She wants to be with you. You know what I'm saying? Take that into consideration, and at least tell that girl the truth. She deserves that. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Um, Drew and Kim potentially hooking up at some point. I guess. I'm not enthused about that either. Um, I don't see no chemistry with them either. I really don't. I liked her with Julian more, and I actually kind of like Drew with Sam when he wasn't acting like an ass. But when your child is going through something, it bonds you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a bond that brings parents closer together when their kids are going through the worst shit. And I couldn't imagine what a parent would feel, if their child has cancer and is dying and there's nothing they can do about it. And I think that's what's eating Drew alive. And it's eating Kim alive because she's a doctor and she feels like there's nothing she can do. Drew is pissed because he sees his kid suffering and there's nothing he can do about it. Any parent who sees their child suffering, they're going to want to do whatever they can to, take that pain away from them. So that's why they're trying whatever they can. I agree with Drew. Oscar needs to have some faith and have some hope. You know what I'm saying? You can't overcome things like cancer and stuff like that with a negative mindset. You can't. You know what I mean? The best way to approach this is being positive and living your life. Continue to live your life as normal as humanly possible. I think once all of this wears off on him, I think he'll come around. I hope so, because you don't want to give up on life right now. You don't. You know what I'm saying? Fight. He keeps talking about all the things that he's not going to be able to do, like he's not going to make it to his junior year. If you would just change your attitude and stuff like that, you may actually make it. You know what I'm saying? It all starts with a positive mind. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he needs to do. Um, Cameron was being his usual jackass of himself. Little Aiden, I feel like with Aiden, I don't know what's going on with him in this school situation. He claimed he wasn't feeling good. For all we know, he could be being bullied at school. You know how kids are at that age and stuff like that. He probably being bullied and he just don't want to be in school right now. I wouldn't be mad if they went with a storyline like that for him. You know what I'm saying? Like showing how bullying affects kids and stuff. I remember One Life to Live. They did a bullying storyline back in 2011 with Jack Manning and Gigi Marasco's son Shane. I remember that episode and it had such a profound effect on me. I was in senior year of high school when that episode came out, and Shane was on the top of the roof, I think, of the school. He was about to jump off that roof. That storyline, I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember it so vividly. And I applauded them for doing that storyline because Jack Manning, which is Todd Manning's son, he was so cruel to that boy. They bullied the shit out of Shane every day. I remember they had that boy stripped down to his underwear and they took video of it. I was like, that was so hideous. I swear it was deplorable. But I love the way they did it because that storyline was so realistic. It was just real. You know what I'm saying? It's what kids go through. So if they could pull something like that off now, it would be pretty good because this bullying has escalated in real life. It's escalated, and I think they need to do some type of PSA storyline on it. And I wouldn't mind them doing it with Aiden. You know what I mean? Like showing how it is for him in school right now. You know what I mean? And people rallying around him to help him. I think that would be pretty dope. So moving on from that, Peter and Maxie. If the writers want to put them together, put them together. Because at this point, I feel like they're tiptoeing around it slowly, trying to make a slow build to it. And it's like, if that's what y'all want to do, as much as I don't want to see her with him in a romantic sense, it's like, it is what it is. I ain't got no control over that, obviously. But I don't blame Peter for wanting to get to know his nephew. I think if Nathan was around, I think at some point Nathan would have, warmed up to Peter. Because it's obvious that Peter is not evil. He's not, trying to be like Faison. He regrets everything he did to people, including Jason. But I think that he does need the opportunity to get to know his nephew. I think at some point, Nathan would have warmed up, like I said, and he probably would have let him into their lives and stuff, slowly but surely. But it's clear that the writers are doing a slow build to this shit. Like, it's obvious. But, I mean, if they want to put them together, put them together then. I was hoping kind of for a Maxie-Michael type relationship. I know some people was thinking that Maxie was too immature for Michael or whatever. Michael and Maxie, they balance each other out. Because where Maxie is immature, Michael is mature. You know what I'm saying? So it's a balance. Because Nathan was the same way with her. And it seems like Michael has that patience for Maxie. You know what I'm saying? That Nathan had. So I wouldn't mind seeing the two of them together. Jason and Sam is another one. It's another relationship I'm totally over. I don't care for. Because I never was a big Jason Sam fan as far as them being a couple. I wasn't big on them. And, at this point, time has shown that their chemistry is not where it was years ago. For me, I don't see it. It kind of fizzled over these years that Steve Burton was going. So it's like, at this point, put Jason with somebody different. If they do get together, good luck to you. I don't care for it. I'm going to be totally honest and be blunt. That little kiss that they had at the end of the episode, That was predictable because I knew at some point they was gonna start getting it in. Um, I did like the family moment between them, and Danny building the Legos and stuff like that. I did like it. I thought it was a nice scene. But other than that, I don't care for that relationship. I'm gonna be honest. Like, certain relationships need to be done. I'm just saying. But this was a rather uneventful episode for a Cliffhanger Friday. Monday, actually, from what I've seen of the previews, Monday looks a little better. So I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Peace.